Kenyans, it has been the honor of my life not only to oversee a coordinated and policy-driven war against terrorists, but also to visit the elite police units protecting Kenya and its people at some of the most dangerous locations in our territory. Each moment, I had a chat or shared a meal or even took a selfie with security officers in the front line in the war against terror. There was always a profound surge of pride in the knowledge that a dedicated and patriotic cohort of our security forces remain alert day and night to prevent terrorists and other dangerous criminals from accessing Kenya to cause harm to its people. For protracted periods, I have traveled by air, land, and sea to oversee counter-terrorism operations in Ziwa la Taa, Poromoko, Kiunga, Mpeketoni, Lango la Simba, and other parts of Lamu, sometimes on Christmas Day, some other times on Good Friday, or other times covertly at night, just to make sure that we got it right. I have been to Wajir, Mandera, Takaba, and other parts of our country exposed to the threat of terror, just to give morale to frontline security officers and their commanders, and also to listen to communities in search of durable solutions against the violence of terrorist groups. Throughout the past 2 years, nothing has given me greater sense of fulfillment than the long days and sometimes humid nights spent in some of the farthest outposts within our territory. Therefore, fellow Kenyans, as I relinquish the leadership of the Interior Ministry, which I've already done, I am proud to report that save for a few inevitable losses, Lamu and northeastern Kenya are much safer and calmer today than the situation that prevailed in the last half of 2022. To our gallant security officers who paid the ultimate price with their limb or life to keep Kenya safe, I salute you and promise that Kenya will never forget your valor and patriotic sacrifice. May the souls of the officers who have lost their lives in the protection of our homeland and its people find perpetual rest in eternity. Equally, the memory of civilian souls lost through injury inflicted by terrorists will forever evoke our collective duty to keep Kenya free from danger, whatever its source. Fellow Kenyans, by the end of 2022, over 135 innocent Kenyans, including 20 security officers, had been killed by marauding bandits in parts of Baringo, Laikipia, Samburu, Turkana, West Pokot, and Elgeyo-Marakwet counties within a span of 6 months. During the same period, dozens of schools were closed, thousands of families were displaced, and public amenities destroyed by bandit gangs, some of whom converted school classrooms into permanent dormitories for bandit families. To arrest possible breakdown of law and order, a police-led security operation with the support of the military was declared on 13th February 2023. It has been 19 months of sustained war on bandits in the north of our country. The strategic decision to gazette as disturbed and dangerous remote and difficult terrain, gorges, escarpments, and caves where bandits retreated to hide after attacking, robbing, and killing innocent civilians proved to be the game changer. Heavily armed bandits were flushed out from these areas in a process that lasted several months. Their outdated gimmicks of taunting security forces and sometimes staging daylight raids were eventually crushed through intelligence-led operations, superior firepower, and efficient operational and tactical outputs that resulted in the neutralization of dangerous bandit commanders and their spiritual influencers. 19 months after President Ruto ordered the most consequential security operation against banditry ever to take place in northern Kenya, the infrastructure that had sustained banditry for over 4 decades has been suppressed and dismantled. Bandit gangs and their enablers have been overpowered and scattered, despite occasional feeble attempts to resuscitate this dangerous crime against the people of Kenya. Scores of schools in Baringo, Samburu, Elgeyo Marakwet, Turkana, West Pokot, and Laikipia counties have been reopened. Mokogodo Forest, Sieku Valley, Burat Hills, Korkor, and Arabal Hills, Tandale Valley, Gelecha Valley, Malaso Escarpment, Kurkur, Pura, and other previous bandit hideouts are today pacified. As I relinquish the reins at the Interior Ministry, I am grateful to God, to the commanders and officers of various security agencies, and to the communities for their help as we look forward to sustaining the prevailing peace in these previously bandit-infested areas of our country. I will forever cherish the useful input of communities profoundly represented by the Under the Tree conversations I had with elders and residents at the foot of Arabal Hills in Baringo, the Kolowa Bridge at the intersection of Baringo and Elgeyo Marakwet counties, and in Lokori and Nadapal in Turkana County. I desire to live to see these parts of our country completely free from the terror of bandits and opened up for socio-economic development as Kenya marches into the future.